Hey guys, and welcome to the first video of Season 10. This is going to be a video for the returning level 65 player or level 60 player. I wanted to make this video to give you guys an idea of where to start and how to give you some guidance and some help to catch up to everyone. You're honestly not that far behind, but there are little things here and there that you might have been a little bit out of the loop since you haven't played in a while. So the first thing that I'm going to recommend you to do, you have logged into New World, you haven't played in years. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to want to do the Nighthaven MSQ. Now the time I'm recording this is before Nighthaven has come out. Nighthaven is going to be a very large zone in this location below Brimstone Sands. You're going to want to do that MSQ to get to level 70 as quick as possible. It's going to be marked on the map by a quest marker that looks like this. So look for something like this on the map, probably somewhere in either Brim or possibly even Elysian Wilds. I would imagine one of those two zones, or it could be around, you know, here. I would imagine that's what it's going to look like, but you definitely want to do the Nighthaven MSQ to get to level 70. That's going to be your primary goal. When that's done, you're going to want to go to the town of Nighthaven. Now, when you get to the town of Nighthaven, you're going to want to do something very quickly, and that's going to be walk up to the trading post, and you're going to want to get your PvE basic trophies. I know a lot of people are going to tell you to get your major trophies and stuff like that, but if we're being completely honest, basics are really all you need. So if we look for lost combat trophies, this is what the raid is going to be, which is going to be a big part of gearing going forward, and we'll talk about gearing in a little bit. As you can see here, these prices are honestly not that bad, right? 1.5k for each of these. That's, you know, just slightly under 5k, and you should be able to buy these. Obviously, majors are good. If you have the ultimate combat trophies from a while ago, if you have the majors from a while ago, fantastic. But if you're starting with nothing, this is what you're going to want to do. And now these are the prices on El Dorado. Okay, that's where I'm recording this, is on El Dorado. So the chances of it being possibly cheaper on like Valhalla or even Nissa. I know Nissa tends to have the cheapest TP out of all the major servers. These will definitely be affordable to all players. And again, this is going to be 12% damage boost to your damage to lost, and this is going to matter for the raid. You pretty much have to have them, because based off of this price, right, that's 12% extra damage. I mean, I'm just going to say it like it is. If you don't have these trophies, good luck getting into a raid. I know it's not that straightforward, but anyway, definitely get these. They're going to help you out. You could get other ones too, because there are going to be other there's going to be other mob types in the catacombs. We'll talk about that in a second. The next thing that you want to do as well, because this will matter, is do your faction rep. As you can see that I'm already working on this. You're going to want to max out your faction rep. The reason being is all the way down here at the bottom, and they have finally done it. They have finally done it. They are reducing the gold cost of a chromatic seal. Chromatic seals are still going to be usable. These are going to be part of the slottable perks. I don't remember what the official name of it is, but there's going to be a form of slottable perk in new gear, and a chromatic seal is going to be part of it. So this will be something that you want to be purchasing daily. They are making it only 2,000 gold, though. It is currently 5,000 gold, as you can see right here. They're going to be making it 2,000 gold. Now that's fantastic, because 2,000 gold is very, very easily acquirable throughout the day. If you have a little bit of time on your hands, there is a very easy 2,000 gold that everyone has access to, and that immediately takes us into the next category, and that is doing your dailies to get stuff. And now this is where we're going to be talking about the gearing as well. So up here in the activities tab, you have your random dungeons, right, with expeditions, and you also have your random mutated expeditions. The box that you have available right here is this mutator bonus cache. This gives you 1,000 gold and 10,000 faction tokens when you open it. Now you get 2 per day, right? You see up here at the top left, 0 out of 2, which means I get 2 of these just for clicking this random button. Now you also get a roll bonus of 500 gold and 1,000 faction tokens if you go as a tank or a healer. So in theory, you could get 3,000 a day from these, meaning that if you just do 2 random dungeons as a tank or a healer, you buy your seal, you are still up 1,000 gold on the day, and that's only if you do these. Now, There's other forms of daily gold that you can get. Of course, you have daily regular expeditions, right? This is a crate of 750 gold. You can get 3 of them per day. And again, same thing. You have, this one's a smaller crate of only 250 gold, but still, the gold is still there. There are also, I don't know if any of them are up at the moment. Sometimes around Elysian Wilds, you'll see like random skulls pop up. You can do 2 of those a day for 500 gold. There's also gold that you get from your daily portals. I would recommend just doing 1 Merkguard run. That'll have like these, yeah, you guys know what a Merkguard run is, but in case you don't, they'll have these little symbols right here in Merkguard. That's another way of getting gold, as well as you do have your daily faction missions. Now, I'm showing you these from Cutlass Keys. If you just want boom, quick, easy missions, go do a loop of PvP missions up here in Shattered Mountain. Just 1 quick loop, and that gives you your 3 dailies. Of course, if you are fortunate enough to open up the faction vendor and have like 3 raid quests right here, that works as well. As long as you do 3 of your dailies, I would do them in a high level zone because those give the most rewards. The other thing that you should check, this is where we start talking about gear. The other thing that you should check is the CK well over here. Now, they didn't mention that they were going to change anything, but there is still good things to get from the well over here. If you haven't played in over a year, they added the Well of Fortune to Cutlass Keys, and there's also a free-for-all zone down here that gives you doubloons. And some of the stuff that you can grab from here is something like a golden key that you can go ahead and grab this. And there will be a chest outside of the zone that you can open for 500 doubloons. Now, what do you spend the doubloons on? The stuff down here. You can just get a random named item right here that has some locked perks, but it comes at 710. Now, 710 is upgradable with the new Umbral system as well. Those of you who remember Umbral shards, you will be able to upgrade anything from 700 up to 800. But it is more incentivized to get some of the newer stuff from Nighthaven, but it is not impossible. And if you just like the combination of perks you see, something like this is upgradable, and it's starter gear. You got to start somewhere. You have the ability to get these, which can drop you, I believe the range of the armor and weapons is 700 plus in these crates. And then you also have these, where I would recommend getting these. They have the chance to give you decent gear, so you would just go like this. Only costs you 105 doubloons, and you could open these up. As well as down here, you have dark matter. You could do the same thing. All right, just get some dark matter. You will still need dark matter for some upgrading, not a lot. You can also grab some honing stones from here, and you could also grab some gypsum orbs. These are all like your basic daily stuff that you can grab. Obviously, the more doubloons that you get, there's also a couple craft mods here that you can acquire, but you can also buy them from the TP. Now, the more doubloons you go and get from the zone, or the more that you've saved up if you've played within the last year, the more stuff that you could buy from here. I mean, the coconut doesn't have too much use. I still would probably avoid these boxes, but that's completely up to you. There's also 2 artifacts here if you like the effects on them. But this is definitely something I would check out because the well definitely has some good stuff in it. Now, let's talk about some of the new forms of content to gear. So they are making M3s better. Now, to the returning players who have not played since M3s were added, you may remember M1 through 10. It is no longer M1 through 10. It is now M1 through 3. M1 being easy, M2 being, you know, in the middle, and then M3 being very difficult. M3s will actually have gear worth getting because those will have a lot of slottables. What I mean by slottables is they're basically changing a lot of gear to have something similar to how this ice gauntlet says empty socket for a gem, but instead of, you know, it then having multiple locked perks on it like this one kind of does, there will be the ability to slot perks in, kind of like how you would remember slotting a gem. Again, there's a lot of changes that you will learn throughout finding some of the gear, picking up the gear, but M3s are back on the table. They will be worth doing, as well as there will be a new game mode in this category that will probably show up right here called the Catacombs. That is a 3-player procedural dungeon that you'll be able to queue up, get some endgame gear. I would highly recommend doing that, as it will give you a lot of good gear. And then finally, they're adding a new raid, which is called Isle of Night. You'll probably be able to find it here in the raid tab. They'll probably rework it. Right now it only shows Hive of Gorgons, which is the one raid, but they'll probably make the tab look something like this, where you could select between the two of these. And those are going to be your main ways of gearing. Open world, I do have to say that that's a little unknown if that's going to be a form of gearing. How good will the gear be that drops? Hopefully it'll be relatively good, but with the Umbral system, everything is upgradable. And then finally, the last thing, for those of you who only have had it started, right, I would finish leveling your crafting. The reason for this is I'll use Arcana as the example, since Arcana is 250 over here, is down here at the bottom, you can see that we can make an armor matrix. Matrices will still have a use in the next patch. And for those of you who don't know what a matrix is, if you haven't played in that long, currently an armor matrix is used to add a perk to a named item. So for example, if I wish to change Unending Thaw on Deep Freeze, I would need a weapon matrix. But right now I'm showing you an armor matrix. These will still have a use, as well as there is I don't know what the material is called, but there will be a socket that you have to craft. It's kind of like rune glass, where you need to have your crafting leveled. And for example, with rune glass, to be able to craft that, you needed 180 weaponsmithing. I scrolled a little too far for it, but yeah, something like this. But to be able to craft this, you need your weaponsmithing leveled. Now, I'm recommending this to the people that already have it started. I'm not going to tell you guys who are returning, now blow all your gold on leveling stuff. It'll probably be cheap enough to buy. But for those of you who have already got your crafting relatively leveled, it would probably be worth finishing, because, again, you'd be able to make all this. Or if you returning players do have a lot of gold and you want to use it on something, you could do that as well. And then obviously a small thing would be level your weapons. And one more trade skill that I would highly, highly recommend doing pretty early on would be getting your mount level to max, because the speed bonus will help you travel around. Now, as some of you may say, oh, I don't care, you know, there's the fast travels. Trust me, from me trying to go around Brim with a slow mount, yeah, that's I'm very grateful for the accounts that I have the mount leveled, as well as Nighthaven is going to be a larger zone than Brim, so you are very much going to want that. But those are the main things that I would recommend for you guys. I don't want to spoil everything in this one. Of course, you got to do your own discovery in there, and I hope you guys enjoy it. You know, let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed. Let me know if there's anything that you have trouble with. We can make more videos on that one. I can talk to you more on that, as well as I always stream daily on Twitch. That is TTV/AndV with 3 Vs. I'm always live every single day. I'm typically a night owl. I stream very late into the night, so if you're also awake at that time, you can stop in chat and, you know, say hi to me and ask me any question that you want. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Peace.